Right. One more push into the SS Anne, then we can deal with Lieutenant Surge. This is probably going to be the last Pokemon clip I do for a while, since I'd like to take a break after I do this clip. Not quite 30 clips in, but still, taking a break after dealing with the third gym feels like a reasonable enough stopping point. Too bad we never get to see his sword work. And great. Now I can't help thinking of the game Devil Summoner, where you can summon demons to fight alongside you, and you fight with a sword and revolver. Another game on my to-do list. Well, it's a good thing Takanobori is so durable. Machop seems to love hitting above his weight class. Neo, could you please deal with another squid? Huh. No clue why that wasn't a one-hit win. It was pretty close, though. Well, it certainly didn't take much for Takanobori and Neo to level up in this clip. No, you were dealing with a heavy hitter. Wish I could say I'm annoyed by these guys claiming we only won due to luck instead of skill, but I suppose that having some sore losers makes the ones that lose gracefully have more of an impact. Assuming that the unnamed scrub trainers can have any impact on our journey, other than money and some more experience points. Huh. Well, good luck with that, and it probably says something that I appreciate someone not wanting to battle us more than I do the battles that add up to our scorecard. Anyway, on to fighting the next sailor. Considering how many critical hits we've been seeing, it's starting to feel like the standard amount of damage. Again, really would have liked to have seen some percentages and other stats as we pick moves to use in a given battle. Oh, please tell me that Kawaku is gonna get through this fight without hitting himself. And that's another one down. I honestly stopped trying to remember how many there are since they keep going up as more games are released. Right, seems we're done with this section of the ship. Just need to talk to the captain and we're done here. We should be pretty prepared to go deal with the lightning gym at this point. At the very least, I doubt we're ever going to get desperate enough that we're gonna have to send Takanobori out in there. Well, at least the guy acknowledges his problem. I suppose that's something. Still, if you constantly have seasickness, then maybe it's a bad idea to have a career as the captain of a luxury liner. Yeah, I'm sure that's all rather unpleasant for you. Closest thing I can think of that I've ever experienced personally like that is whenever I eat certain family members' cooking and end up miserable for a day and a half afterwards. Let's just say I'm constantly thankful whenever I have an excuse to miss Thanksgiving. Well, anytime there's something to cut in front of us at any rate. Right. Once you get the cut HM that triggers the ship says that the next time we get to land, the thing will sail off, never to be seen again as far as I know. Oddly disappointed he never gives an announcement over the PA that he's getting ready to set sail. Anyway, since Phyllis is the only Pokemon we've got that can actually use the move cut, he's going to be our designated cutter. Somehow, that kind of move distribution feels better to me than just having one member of a team dedicated to having as many HM moves as possible. Right, goodbye SS Anne. You weren't in an especially memorable location, but hey, you got the job done. Well, let's not think about the fact that I couldn't care either way if everyone aboard that ship ends up dead somehow when it disappears from existence. It's time for us to heal, then get our grass Pokemon to slice through a tree in order to make some more progress. And of course, get rid of the SS Anne ticket that we're never going to need ever again. Bit of a shame that we're never going to be able to get rid of key items we just plain won't have any use for after a given task. Especially since this game has a limited inventory system, especially compared to the rest of the series. Not that the game ever warns you that you're getting close to filling the PC or the bag, it just tells you when there is absolutely no room left, when that limit has been struck and you can't add anything to it. Yeah, kind of annoying. I'm probably the only person who sells rare candies instead of actually using them. Ah yes, a lightning American in a world that doesn't seem to have much of a concept of countries as far as I can tell. Yes, we already read that nickname, and he's the only character in the franchise who is referred to as an American. Considering how the names of the various other characters in this game have been localized, it's a bit awkward. Is everyone else in Kanto supposed to be Japanese? Are they also supposed to be from whatever region the people who bought this game are from? Because I'm having an oddly difficult time imagining Professor Oak as being explicitly Japanese even when I watched the first season of Pokemon in the subbed version of it. Ah well, I suppose that's enough talk about that. Time to fight one of the only sailors who doesn't have fighting or water types with him. And that's another Pikachu down. Nah, focus energy isn't the kind of move I'm likely to use at any point. Really? You've only got another Pikachu? Not gonna throw a Magnemite, Voltorb, or Electabuzz against us? Just because the player has a limited number of Pokemon to possibly capture at this point doesn't mean that the guys in the gym dedicated to that specific type need to be limited any further than just what type they typically use. Not really a fan of Surge's lock system, but to be fair, he's trying to be a bit more distinctive from the previous two gyms. And there's not too many ways you can be distinctive when the game's this overall basic. Ah! At least the rocker has more than just a Pikachu to throw at us. And wow, that Voltorb managed to take a Hyper Fang and stay, well, conscious. I was about to say on its feet, but then that thing doesn't have any feet. In the next generation, Magnemite is going to be more annoying to deal with, but since Steel-type doesn't exist just yet, this is just as fragile as the little guy is ever gonna get. Right. Finish this trainer off, Phyllis. Okay, is there a reason Voltorb has Sonic Boom? I was kind of expecting an electrical attack there. Of course, I was also expecting us to come out ahead if it came to trading blows, but I'd say it's fairly obvious Phyllis isn't gonna be picking up this particular win. Well, assuming that Voltorb doesn't have any electrical attacks, may as well shift to Takanobori. That line would have worked better if he was defeated because we used fire, if he'd actually sent any electrical attacks our way. Right, I'm gonna have to assume that the something he hid them in are the absurd number of trash cans littered all over the main room. Just need to pull back for some healing, then beat one more trainer in the gym before we get to the work unlocking the door to Surge's area. I suppose part of the reason he has a randomized lock to his door is because he doesn't want to deal with just anyone who isn't determined or lucky enough to push their way through. It probably wouldn't feel quite so annoying if it wasn't for the fact that his gym is the first one where we have any kind of trial to do in order to reach the leader. With Brock and Misty, it was simply a matter of walking up to them after fighting a bare few trainers in their gyms. And, yeah, and to make matters worse, the gym leader for Celadon, Erica, only requires us to have Cut in order to reach her, just like we needed Cut to reach Surge's gym in the first place. That kinda gives me the impression that Erica might have been meant to be the third gym leader instead of the fourth at some point in the design process. After all, we aren't allowed to even try entering the third gym without access to the move Cut, and the fourth gym, we have trees to cut inside of it, while this gym, we just have some odd version of Minesweeper to go through. Maybe I'm just overthinking things again. It wouldn't be the first time in this LP. Right, seems we're going back to the Pokemon Center for Phyllis's sake again, considering a lot of people say that picking a Bulbasaur at the start is supposed to make things easier than a Charmander. Can't help feeling that's not quite the case for me personally. In fact, I'm probably so damn used to using a Charmander instead that I'm sure I've made some mistakes just in deciding what moves Phyllis has to use against whatever comes our way. Ah well, just have to deal with Surge and then watch how Blue Team handles the same gym leader. Then my temporary break of unknown length from the first generation of Pokemon can begin. That's one. And I got lucky with the second. Even without having to fast forward, that didn't take long at all. Oh, we're here for our third gym badge. I'm sorry, just what kind of combat are you referring to? Because I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot more brutal battlefields than what you saw in your tour. Excuse me for not being especially afraid, considering paralysis isn't especially horrific to go through in this series for some reason. I don't think Sonic Boom is gonna inflict paralysis on us. Yeah, Phyllis just is not having much luck in this gym. Hell, I'm downright amazed that we've got just enough of an excuse to use Takanabari in the air, considering he's water and flying, the two types that are explicitly weak to electricity around here. That was cutting it pretty damn close, but apparently we had neither good nor bad luck in that particular exchange. I could have sworn he had a Raichu, not a Pikachu, or was that just in the anime? Doesn't matter how fast you are if you can't do much damage to us. And finally, Marbleback manages a one-hit win against a Pikachu. Ah, and here comes the Raichu. Doesn't feel like anything we need to go out of our way to shift tactics for. And really, another X speed when you've already faster than us and probably have quick attack. Huh. Seems Raichu is more durable than I assumed, not that it changes how one-sided this part of the fight is in our favor. I mean, really? He doesn't even actually have quick attack? Ugh. And that does it. Marbleback has 23 wins on his card as we gain the third gym badge, which brings Red Team's overall victory count at 179. Thank you for the badge, sir, but I'm afraid you're going to need to take one more ass-kicking before we're done for the day. It shouldn't take that long. That would mean something if we had any flight-capable members on the main team right now. Again, sorry, Nick. Thunderbolt is in some ways on par with Bubble Beam in terms of being a good move for us to gain from beating a gym leader. I think we should have heard that bit of advice from the advisor guy near the front door, not the gym leader we already kicked the ass of. That said, Blue Team has a ground-type Pokemon that is much better suited for fighting in there than Marbleback was. In fact, I'm pretty sure I honestly prefer Sandshrew and Sandslash over Geodude, Graveler, and Golem. Sure, the Sand Boys aren't as able to just shrug off normal attacks, but their speed more than makes up for it. In fact, let's see that speed in action right now. Okay, so Voltorb is still faster than a Sandslash. Not too surprising, but still just a bit annoying. Oh dear, X-Speed isn't gonna do you any good if you can't survive the next hit. Good God, Humber is just going to outright sweep the bastard. And that does it! A single Sandslash can completely sweep the electric gym with little to no trouble. That's all from me for now. Next time we get to see some Red versus Blue, but I just don't know how long it's gonna take for me to get around to that.